Hi, this is Freddy.
And this is Marky.
We are here to help you play the best game at the lowest price possible. And with that being said, let's get started.
Our first game for Xbox is going to be hanging out over on Amazon. This one is for Wolfenstein 2, the new Colossus. Normally $39.99, but you can actually grab it over there for just $14.99. Wolfenstein 2, the new Colossus, of course, is an alternate history where if the Nazis won World War II and you play as BJ Blazkowicz, a character that's going to, of course, lead a resistance that's going to topple the Nazi government. Now, it is a silly shooter at heart. It's got a lot of crazy weapons, a lot of crazy situations, and a lot of really over the top, wacky characters. You get to do all kinds of crazy stuff. It is, of course, pretty violent, but it's worth it. It's all done in a very silly way and a B movie style of action, but it's a lot of fun. The game also looks completely fantastic, beautiful visuals, and beautiful just looking of the characters as well as gunplay. It works very well seamlessly to give you almost like a true 3D realization of what the old Wolfenstein games were trying to play. It does have a continuing story. It did take place after Wolfenstein: The New Order. It does give you a nice little refresher in the beginning, of course, if you haven't played the original, which is perfectly fine. But you play the game for the crazy fun, and this game has it in spades. It's fantastic, and for just 15 bucks, it's quite a steal. So if you can check it out, I would highly recommend it. Of course, this game is also available on Game Pass, so if you are a subscriber, be sure to check it out that way too. Double check if you are a subscriber so you can enjoy this game as soon as possible.
The next game we have is on Microsoft Store, and the game that I chose is Trying for the Nightmare Prince. And the game is currently for $7.50, dropping all the way from $25. The game is about three heroes who are on a mission to save a king who tried to use magic to mix the real world with dreams and nightmares. This is a 2D game with stunning graphics and popping colors and will take place in different settings, such as the snow, the forest, and underground. All these places were designed with a lot of attention to details. The colors are amazing, the visuals are even better. Also, the game is famous because of its great puzzles that relies on a lot of creativity and is very fun to play. The game shines the most if you play it with others online because overcoming obstacles will require teamwork and coordination between each team member. However, if you prepare to play it on your own and be Mr. Lonely, then you have that option too. Even if your friends don't own the game and you prefer to play it as a group, you have the option to allow online players to join you. What was emphasized in this game is the ability to upgrade your favorite character, which will ultimately change your gameplay. The game might take around 8 to 12 hours to finish and allow for players to play together locally and online. The game is very fun and it's definitely at a good price to grab.
If you've been enjoying the video, don't forget to leave a like, also click the subscribe button and hit the bell icon for notifications while you're at it.
Also, remember subscribing will help our channel grow and it will help you get a lot of the deals before they expire.
Amazon is going to get us covered with another Xbox title. This one's actually going to be an exclusive. This one is Crackdown 3. Maybe you can find it for $39.99, but Amazon's got you covered with a $9.99 price tag. I wanted to give special attention to Crackdown 3 because, yes, it does improve on the aspects that Crackdown 1 and 2 provided, and those games were fantastic in the generation that they were in. And I think Crackdown 3 wound up suffering from a sense of overhype. A lot of people were waiting for an announcement of Crackdown 3, and then when we finally got it, it wound up, I guess, averaging out. But I don't want it to discourage you from playing an otherwise excellent game. The fun of Crackdown was always running around, getting slightly stronger, taking down gang members in very crazy situations. And Crackdown 3 even ups the destruction of like full-on destruction of buildings and even big landmarks and stuff. So it adds to the craziness that Crackdown has always been famous for. And it just gives it a little bit more visual flair being on the Xbox One. I will also stress that the game is also available on Game Pass. If you are not a subscriber, you can pick it up for cheap. This is for a physical copy. But if you are a subscriber, you can actually play the game right now for free, so definitely give it a shot. But I wanted to stress that Crackdown 3, I think, deserves some attention. I think it's worth keeping in your library if you haven't had it already. And so give it a shot and have some fun while you're out there.
The next game we have is also on Microsoft Store, and this time we chose Payday 2 Crime Wave Edition for $3.99, dropping all the way from its regular price of $20. If you ever wanted to plan out a bank heist with your friend, this is the way to do it. Don't try this at home, by the way. With Payday 2, you get to explore every option when it comes to robbing a bank and maximizing how much money you can take, and also make sure you can get away like nothing happens. It has a lot of action, but most importantly, this game requires a lot of strategy and teamwork. Doing well means more money for you to customize your character in almost any way you want. There are a lot of scenarios and different banks to rob, and each one has many different ways to approach the robbery, giving you countless of hours of enjoyment and a lot of room to experiment. The Crime Wave edition of the game gives you access to over 20 different DLC packs that give you even more ways to customize your character. At only $3.99, it's a great way to spend countless of hours with your friends, and we highly recommend this game.
Our honorable mentions for you this week is actually quite a deal. This is hanging out over at GameStop. It's a big bundle deal for pre-owned games, specifically 5 for $50, meaning you can get 5 games at just $10 a piece. Now, there's quite a few games to pick from, but we can actually list some of the highlights for you that you can check out. And that's Grand Theft Auto 5, PGA Tour 2K21, Hellblade, Senua's Sacrifice as well, LA Noire, Witcher 3 Complete Edition, Final Fantasy X and X-2 HD Remaster, LA Noire, Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled, Resident Evil 2 Remake, Mortal Kombat 11, and Mafia Definitive Edition. As you can tell, we've got kids games, we've got racing games, we've got fighting games, we've got adult games, we've got story, action, I got whatever you need. You can grab any selection of these titles and more for just $10 a piece. All you got to do is grab 5 of them for $50, and this is over at GameStop, of course. So if you're looking to add a lot more games to the library, it's definitely worth checking out, especially if you're hankering for some more games to play.
Also, we mentioned many of these games in our previous video, so if you haven't already, check our playlist to learn more about these games. Also, we checked at Target and Best Buy, but we didn't find any good deals that are worth mentioning. Also, for users who were asking us about EA Access, EA Access is a free subscription service that allow you to play many of the EA games, not only sports, but many of the adventure games. The latest one was Star Wars is on there, part of that subscription. Many people are interested in Need for Speed games, especially Need for Speed Heat. It's also part of that subscription. If you own Game Pass, EA Access now is part of Game Pass, so you get both collection of subscription. But we don't usually mention these too much because we are waiting on a good deal on them. We don't want you to pay full price. That's not the way we do it. We always look for a bargain, a good deal. And that's why we haven't covered those in details and when is the best time to buy them. But we'll make some videos in the future soon, hopefully.
We hope you enjoyed this video. Of course, don't forget to let us know in the comments if you played any of the games that we mentioned this week.
Also, let us know in the comment below if you guys like us going into details on some big games on sale, or would you like us to cover more games with less details?
Thank you, and be sure to check out our channel next week for more deals.
Thank you for watching.